The design industry is becoming more popular, and every designer's goal is to be seen and given the opportunity to thrive in their own space. And the only way to achieve that is to actually stand out as a designer from a pool of other designers. And that is why in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to build a personal brand as a designer and how to stand out. So without further ado, let's get straight into this video. So first off, what is a personal brand? So in a very simple definition, a personal brand is the way that people perceive you. Let's take for instance, you ever had someone who asked you a question like, you know the tall girl who is always early to classes, smiles a lot, always on a blonde fringe hairstyle, and likes to stay on her own. You know, that sounds so familiar, right? And that is what a personal brand is, because that is the way people perceive her. People perceive her as someone who likes her personal space, someone who likes to be early, who likes to keep to time, someone who is happy because she smiles a lot and probably loves a blonde hair color. So that is what a personal brand is basically the way people perceive you. And in a jiffy, I'm going to try to explain why it is important to have a personal brand as a designer. So in the design industry, your personal brand is what makes you unique and makes you stand out. And it opens doors to greater opportunities. Whether you're a freelancer or you're working for a company, personal branding is the silent ambassador, because no one wants to go unseen and no one wants to get lost in a sea of other designers. To build a personal brand as a designer, you first need to define your unique identity. You need to define what makes you unique. You need to define why your approach to UI/UX design is special. It could be your strength in solving complicated UX challenges. It could be your strength in creating very high quality interfaces. It could be your strength in leading a design team, or it could be your passion for creating inclusive and accessible design. Whatever it is your unique identity is as a designer, you need to put it forward and showcase it so that people get to know you for that, and it becomes part of your brand as a designer. Now, there is no unique identity without a brand story. Every brand should have a story. It could be how you learned about UI/UX design. It could be what motivated you. It could be what your passion is all about. You just have to have a story around what keeps you, what brought you, and what is leading you. In building a personal brand as a designer, you have to be very, very authentic. You have to put forth your values. You have to add your personality to it. Like, as a designer, you really, really need to add your personality to your brand, because you don't want to be that person who has a career and outside of their career or outside of their job, they're a totally different person. This is something that I've learned lately, and I'm incorporating that in my brand as a designer, to add personality, to build relationship, and to get people to know me for who I am and not only for the work I do. So with that, you can easily balance your business and your career as a designer, and it's not just two different people altogether. In building your personal brand, we all know that physical representation matters. And so you want to have your purpose on full display. You want to have your style on full display. Your way of life, the way you talk, the way you express yourself. Is it dreamy? Is it noble? Is it inspirational? Whatever it is, you just have to let people know it and feel it whenever they come in contact with you as a brand owner. So you have to define your purpose. What do you want your brand to look like? What do you want to achieve with your brand? How far you willing to get with it? You just have to have a purpose of what your brand is going to be doing, or how your brand is going to be serving people. It's very important to have a style. What color do you like? How do you like your website to look? Whatever it is you like your style to look like, you have to express it. So probably by now you would guess that I have a thing for black. Is one of my favorite colors, and I just like to express, and I like to use it around and across my social media platforms. So you just have to understand that your brand style is an extension of your personality. So make sure your brand gives off that feel that you want, and don't be afraid of the fact that, oh, what if this is not what I want for a long time? It's okay to rebrand as time goes on. We learn life lessons. Sometimes we want to try new and different things, and it's perfectly okay, and there's no strict rule to it. Second thing you want to do to stand out as a designer is to create an online presence. So once you've found out your purpose and nailed out your style, It's time to take it online and represent who you want people to perceive you to be. This is something that I found out lately, and I'm taking it really, really serious. I like people to know who I am beyond my work, which is very important for you and can give you leverage to more opportunities as a designer. And not only that, it can connect you to like-minded people or people of your personality interests. I know building an online presence is a ton of work for some people, and for some other people in the different category, it's just a no-no for them. They don't just feel like it, or they just don't want to put in the work, or they're just shy. Whatever the case may be, I would say that you can start out with small steps and keep it consistent. Consistency is the key. You can choose one platform depending on your target audience or who you want to show up for. If you're more of a video creator, YouTube is a good space. If you're more of a writer, X and LinkedIn, you can go for that. And you just find a suitable social media platform, take on that platform, create consistently there. It mustn't be every day. It could be 3 to 5 times in a week, and that's okay. Just make sure you're giving value to people. And through the content you share, you can share more of who you are, how you work, how you perceive life, and all of that. Make sure that your website or your portfolio and all your social media platform reflect your brand identity. The third thing you want to do in order to stand out and build a unique brand as a designer is to share your process and your insight. For the years, I've learned that building a personal brand online is not just about coming online and pushing out your finished work. So it's very important to share your processes, what you learn, probably your challenges as well. Because what this does to your brand is that it adds that human touch to your brand, makes it realistic, make people relate to you on a more personal level, and build trust along the line. And of course, with time, it begins to position you as an authority in your field as a designer. So whether you have a blog or you create tutorials or you write articles, whatever it is that help you showcase your process and what you learn for people to trust you. The fun thing you need to do in order to stand out as a designer is to network and collaborate. A percentage of people will miss out on the opportunities of networking, probably because they don't feel it's relevant or because they don't know how to go about it. Your network is more than the people on your contact list. It is an opportunity to have a community that can provide support for you, that can provide inspiration for you, advice for you, and can even lead to exciting projects and opportunities on whatever platform you find yourself. Even if you're an introvert, you have to find a way to network with people in order to get your face out there. Because trust me, people are not going to reach out to you if they don't trust you. People are not going to reach out to you for opportunities if they don't even know who you are. So you need to put yourself out there. I've had an encounter with what networking, the power of networking. So I had someone who reached out to me and she was like, oh, she does this, she does design as well. And we were talking for a while and I never knew who she was, but the bond we created in a space of an on and off chat within 7 days was so amazing. I've been connected with her on LinkedIn, but I never knew who she was. But because she messaged me and we had a very serious conversation, I began to recognize her, I began to recognize her voice. And it's the same way when I message other people who are higher than me in the design industry. So it's very important that you put yourself out there and actually communicate with people that you would like to, share a conversation with and actually get to know them on a more personal level. So yeah, network. Networking is very, very important. I wouldn't even lie. It has changed my life and it is still changing my life. So reach out to people, go for events, go for workshops, and just meet with new people. And there you have it, a roadmap to building your brand as a designer and standing out in a sea of other designers. You have to be seen, you have to be known, you have to be heard. And I also like you guys to share in the comment section what you should do to stand out as a designer. And that will be all for today's video, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video.